Hello, welcome back for another review. Today I'm going to be talking about the ORLY Plot Twist Fall 2023 collection, and I'm happy to say that there's a lot of creams in this collection. There's one that's not a cream, but I love it so much, you guys. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I'm going to link my outfit because I've been getting a lot of questions about what I'm wearing, so I'll link this. It comes with some pants that match it too. The lipstick that I'm wearing, I didn't write it down, but I'll just link it when I post the video. And then I want to share with you what I'm wearing on my nose. So I am wearing Dance Till Dawn. This is from the Essie fall collection. It's a little bit warmer outside today. It's like mid 80s the beginning of all this week, and so I kind of wanted to fit in a good neutral. I typically like to do that in the fall, kind of switch back and forth on my moods as the weather gets moody outside too. So last week I was wearing a dark polish. This week I wanted just a neutral because it still felt really nice outside, but it's about to get colder. So this is a good one. I'll link it below and I'll link the review for this collection as well. Okay, let's talk about this collection. This collection is available at Beyond Polish, so you can use my code GOLARI10 for a discount for that. Thank you so much for shopping off my link. It really helps me purchase more polishes so I can review them for you guys, so I appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about the polishes. I'm going to start out with the lightest like I usually do, and this one is Swatch Alibi, and I like the name. It goes along good with their kind of mystery plot, which is the theme of this collection. They said this fall we're in the mood for a good mystery, and so everything kind of revolves around this idea of a mystery. So I like the name of this one, and I like this colored polish too. So it has a hint of mauve, a hint of purple, a hint of nude. There's a lot of shades like this from a lot of different companies, so we'll look at comparisons in a minute, but I really love the formula on this one as well. I do like shades like this better when I'm not as tan, and I'm usually more tan at the end of summer, and so I might like this one a little bit later, but I do tend to like things that are a little bit deeper and darker. But I do think this one is a pretty shade, and I think a lot of you are going to like it, especially if you like nudes. Okay, so let's look at those comparisons that I have. I have two sets of comparisons. I started off with ORLY Rose All Day, and that one's more of a pink rose and lighter. I love that one quite a bit. And then OPI Edenberger and Tati's is close, but slightly more rose. And then ORLY Parks and Parasols is a touch more brown. So they're all a little bit different, even though they're kind of similar. So let's look at some other comparisons. I compared it to Wild Nude, which is almost exact, maybe a touch more tan leaning. And then Ladylike, which is close, but a touch more pink. And then Sound Check You Out, more gray purple undertones. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of where this color is. Like I said, there's a lot of different shades like this, maybe not one like super exact, but very close. So I'll let you decide if you need this one, but I really do like these kind of neutrals, obviously because I'm wearing a neutral this time of year, so pretty good shade. Then we have this interesting khaki green that leans a little bit more mustard. It's very unusual and it has a little bit of brown in it as well. It's called Act of Folly. I don't know, I'm still deciding if I like this one or not. I like it because it's unique and it's a little more brown and muted than some of the other shades that I typically gravitate towards this time of year, like mustards. I always want to wear them, but then sometimes when I wear them I'm like, oh, that's a little too yellow. So I feel like this is a good option as like a mustard leaning polish that's not too mustardy, if that makes sense. So a little different than just a khaki green, and so I do find this one very interesting, and the formula is really great on this one too, and I just love how muted and slightly grayed out this one is. So let's look at those comparisons so you can see exactly how this polish color is compared to others. I compared it to Off the Grid from Essie, and I like this one a little bit better. It's a touch cooler, and that one's just, and maybe that is more khaki leaning. And Active Falling is just a little bit different, which I also like. And then my Happy Bass from Essie is a little bit more of a yellow green. And then I wanted to throw in Mustard the Courage. That's one of my favorite mustard shades, but you can see how much more green it is and a little bit more muted and subdued that it is compared to that one. And then we have Olive and June Sagey from their Quick Dry line, and that's really more of like a sage khaki, but it looked kind of similar in the bottle. I like that one. That one's a little bit sheer too, if I'm remembering right. And then Precious Cargo from the Expressi line is close, a touch bit cooler. Wild Willow is more of like a khaki green that's obviously a lot green leaning. So you can see that this one's just a little bit different, and I didn't pull in any OPI colors because colors like Uh-Oh, Roll Down Your Window, even though it looks like it might be close to this is a little bit more green yellow than that one too. So you'd be surprised that that one looks actually more green when compared to this one. So I didn't pull that one in, but I thought I'd mention it. But I like this one. I don't know if I'm gonna wear it or not. We'll have to wait and see, but I just think it's really interesting and a little bit different and a little bit quirky, which is kind of cool for this time of year. And then I love the name with the theme for this one, In the Conservatory. I just think that's super cute. And this is a nice terracotta shade. It's got a nice balance of orange and red and mauve, and so it's a little bit soft and muted and the perfect like pumpkin-y shade that's not too orange. I feel like sometimes these kind of shades could be too orange, at least for me, in my opinion. But this one's a really nice one, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys like this one too because it is already sold out at Beyond Polish. I don't know if they'll be getting more. I'll try to contact them and let you know. But I think a lot of people love shades like this. It was interesting because when I was looking up the Essie Mystical Mist collection polishes, the color that's similar to this, let's see, let's pull it out here. This one, oh my gosh, should I do comparisons? They're very close. This is a little more grayed out. I think I like this one a little bit more. This one's pretty much almost sold out, I think, at least in the stores. I don't know, I'll have to check on that. This was getting close to being sold out too. So obviously these type of shades are really popular this time of year, and I like these both a little better than some of the old classic ones that we have and love from OPI and Essie. So we'll look at those in a second. But the formula on this one's really fantastic too. I mean, you can pretty much get it opaque in one coat. I think I did 2 for the picture swatches, but let's see exactly how close that it is to those other ones. Compared it to Yank My Doodle, which is very close if not exact. I feel like In the Conservatory is slightly more muted than this. I just feel like I like it better for some reason. And then Rocky Rose is also super close, maybe a hint different. And then I Canyon is brighter and more red, and I didn't compare it to this new one. I probably should have, but this one was kind of pulled out when I was looking at them. But I feel like this one's slightly more muted and not as red. So I kind of like this one a little bit better. It's a little bit more of like a clay shade. So do you love these kind of shades? Let me know down below. I probably will be reaching for this one or that one at some point as we get colder. Then we have Don't Be Suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I get stuck on that, and dang it, I'm gonna be stuck on that today. But I love this polish so much, you guys. It's the warmest earthy brown. I mean, if this was a soil, it would be like the most nutrient soil you would find out there, and I'm really into soil lately. But man, it's so good, and I'm so glad they have it in this collection. Can you tell that I really like this one? It just makes me feel warm and cozy and excited for fall, and that's what I want in a polish collection, and this just won it for me. Anyway, so this is a gorgeous rich brown, and it's very warm, and it has that gorgeous Crelly formula that I love. And so while it's going to build up really nicely in 2 coats, it's a little bit tiny squishy, and I just love the depth that it adds to that. So this one is just fantastic. So it's going to be opaque in 2 coats. Okay, let's look at the comparisons that I have, because there are companies that have been coming out with these warmer browns, and let's see which one that I like best. I wanted to mention here too that these are all a little bit lighter and they're all warm browns. I didn't write the slight differences, but hopefully you can see them. But I really think I like Don't Be Suspicious the very best out of all of these, and I like all of these polishes as they have come out. Espresso Your Inner Selfie was one of my favorites, but I think this one knocked that one out. I still like that one, don't get me wrong, but this one knocked it out just because it's a little bit warmer and rich, and I just love it so much, and I cannot wait to wear this one. I love a good brown. What color am I going to do next for my favorite colors? I think I've decided I want to either do browns or blues. So those are the 2 colors that I love to wear in the fall, probably my top 2 fall colors to wear. And so I thought it'd be a good time to do that. So what do you want first? Will you let me know down below? And if I have time, I'm trying to just bust a bunch of content out. Maybe I'll do both, but which one do you want first? Then we have Unraveling Story, and this one is beautiful too. It's a beautiful, I would say it's more blue than gray. So it's a touch more blue than gray, but I think it's gonna look gray in some lighting and blue in other lighting, and I just love it so much. The formula is fantastic on this this one as well. 1 to 2 coats I would say for opacity for this one. It's just rich and beautiful and muted and perfect for fall. I love blues with fall leaves behind it because it's just such a beautiful contrast, and dark grays as well, so I love to wear those this time. This is like so close to just being a dark gray, but it does have that hint of blue, and you'll see that as we talk about the comparisons here. So I compared it to Carol's and Caviar, and that one's very close. It's a touch deeper. Less is Norse, of course, is the one that I really thought about. That was the first type of color like this that I fell in love with, and oh man, I just really love that polish. But Unraveling Story is great too. That one's a little more purple leaning, and then OPI I Heart DTLA is a little bit lighter and purpley. Anchor Down I didn't put in here, but that one's also a little bit blue and a little bit lighter. So for my next comparison, I wanted to show you these grays just so you could see that it's not quite dark gray. It does have a touch of blue, and you can see compared to On Mute, which is close but more gray. Live in the Gray is a touch more gray, and then Climbing High has a little bit of green, although it's gray as well too. So you can see that this one is just a little bit different, and I like that it's kind of leaning on that line of being almost completely gray, but it's not. It has a touch of blue. So this one is a dream. And then this one I love too, Endless Night. It's a beautiful soft blue too, but it's got the shimmer in it. It's not streaky. It looks almost hollow, but I am not good with descriptors. For glitters, let me see if I can see what they say about it. They just call it a carbon blue shimmer on their website, but it is beautiful, you guys, and you'll see in the swatch. And I think it's pretty much opaque in one, but I think I let you enjoy me applying this in 2 coats because it's just that good. This is going to be a polish that you can just paint on really quickly, and it will dry pretty fast, and you can just kind of do it on the go. It is beautiful. It's one of my favorites from the collection as well, and I think a lot of you are going to really like this one too. It's just so perfect. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, let's look at the comparison. Yeah, I did OPI Angels Flights from A to Z, which it really reminded me of, but that one's more blue and lighter, and Cause and Reflect is a little bit more of a green gray as well, and so those are all quite different. This one's unique and it's very special, and I love it. Okay, so many good ones. I feel like Orly just like nails it. When they nail it, they nail it good. We won't expand on that. You guys, I really think I like this whole collection. I'm just gonna say this whole collection is my favorite collection that I've reviewed so far this year, and I think you guys are gonna love it as well. I'll look into this and see if we can maybe find if it's still available. But man, they're cool. I mean, I might not wear this one, we will see, but I love that it's a little bit different. It's actually pretty similar to this shirt that I'm wearing, so maybe I should just be brave and do it. But I don't know, sometimes those pukey greens I have a hard time with, but some of them I really like. Which ones were your favorites? Let me know down below. Next up, I have the Morgan Taylor fall collection to be sharing with you, and there are a few really great ones in that collection as well. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe and follow me. I appreciate your support, and hopefully you're enjoying that I am getting out content again. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.